Morning, everyone. Dave Barnum here in Ogdensburg, New York, just on the St. Lawrence River, and across the river there is Prescott, Ontario, in the background. But I want to give another talk in my 53 Bridges series, and I would entitle this message today, "The Right Appraisals in Life." This week, my wife and I received both a text and a phone call that were really, really disheartening. They were from two different families that we really revere and we really honor in this life. We love both these families, one family in America and the other family over in Canada. And they both these homes informed us of sickness to the husbands that are really life-altering illnesses in their lives. And I got thinking about what's really, really important in our lives. And that's what I want to share today, especially in light of reflecting on two great families that, as I've already mentioned, we just absolutely love. And the first thing I'd like to say is we need to apprehend every moment. You know, back in 1989, Robin Williams, in his role in the Dead Poets Society, made really popular the saying, "Seize the day." And I don't think that holds more true than in any other context than how we treat our family and our friends. Every moment, folks, every opportunity, the littlest things or bigger events, grab every moment, seize every moment. Please enjoy your family and enjoy your friends and be with them, be together. Also, if there's enmity in your relationships, do whatever you can do to make amends. You know, I recently talked to somebody that I could tell was really, really hurting. They said their father, and this person's a father and a grandfather, they said their father, he saved all his money for a rainy day. But that rainy day never arrived in terms of him being with his family. And I could tell that there was something that was very, very hurtful there. And I've had some hurtful things with my own father. And I tried to make some things right. He tried to make some things right on this side of the grave. But even on the other side of the grave, back a few years ago, I wrote a letter to my dad. Even though he departed this earth years before I wrote this letter, I wrote a letter just speaking how I felt, talking about forgiveness. And it wasn't long after I wrote that letter that when I was visiting his sister, my favorite aunt in the world, my Aunt Linda, I came across a picture as we were flipping through photo albums, and it was a picture of my father in his baseball uniform back in his younger days, in a posture of real strength and joy and happiness, doing what he loved to do, play baseball. And as soon as I got that picture, I reflected back to writing the letter about my dad, and the reason being was I lost that picture about a quarter of a century ago, and I've lamented the fact that I could never regain that picture, because that picture gave me a visual of my dad and how much I loved him and honored him and respected him, and I connected with him at the point of his athleticism, and I got that picture back, and I think there was a direct correlation. It was almost like from above there was a wink saying, you made amends even after the grave, and it still brought connection. It still brought some healing. So folks, apprehend every moment. Please make amends where you can, even if it's writing a note, even if it's just thinking better, even if it's just being willing to reconnect with people. It'll go a long ways. And then finally, whatever we do, let's make ourselves available, especially if people are sick. A lot of us hide from pain and we hide from sickness. We don't know how to deal with it. But you know what? All you have to do is to just be in the ready. Just be there. You don't have to say a lot. And you've heard this before. But if we've been with people when they're healthy, we can be with them when they're sick. And if we haven't been with them when they're healthy, when they're in a position of vulnerability, when they're in a position of weakness, that's a time to build a bridge and just be there. You know, in some South African tribes, they have a saying when they greet one another. They say, "Sawubona," and that means, I see you, like I connect to you. And then the response in those tribes is, "Sakona, I am here." So folks, please, just apprehend every moment. Make amends where you can, and be available. You can do this, and we can heal our relationships, and we can be with one another. Dave Barnum in Ogdensburg, New York. Till the next time I see you or the next time we speak, please make sure you keep your hearts and souls sweet. Bye-bye.